a CEO, his head of HR, and a Coldplay concert. This isn't the setup for a bad joke. It's the true story of how a 15-second kiss cam clip ignited a global firestorm. This is more than just an awkward moment caught on camera. It's a story about power, hypocrisy, and the train wreck that happens when the two most powerful people in a company get caught in a very, very public embrace. Let's set the scene because the details are cinematic. It was July 16, 2025, at Gillette Stadium. Coldplay is on stage, the crowd is electric, and then it happens. The kiss cam starts scanning the audience for couples. The camera finally lands on a man and a woman, wrapped in a close embrace, swaying to the music. On stage, Chris Martin points them out, and you can hear him say, "Oh, look at these two." And that's when pure panic sets in. This wasn't a cute couple moment, it was an "oh no" moment. The woman, who we now know as Kristin Cabot, instantly hides her face. The man, Andy Byron, literally dives out of the frame to hide from the 60,000 people watching.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You okay? Uh-oh, what?
The crowd roars with laughter, thinking it's just two shy people. Chris Martin, trying to be funny, makes the joke that sealed their fate. Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. That one line turned out to be a direct hit.
Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
In a normal world, this would have been a forgotten funny story. But this is 2025. Within hours, internet detectives had their names and jobs. The man was Andy Byron, the CEO of the billion-dollar AI startup Astronomer. The woman, Kristin Cabot, the company's chief people officer, the head of HR. And the final detail that poured gasoline on the fire. Both are reportedly married to other people. Chris Martin's joke was no longer a joke. It was a public accusation. The clip went nuclear. It ripped across TikTok, X, and Instagram, racking up tens of millions of views. Andy Byron started trending. And the internet did what it does best. It unleashed the memes and the mockery. The reactions were both brutal and hilarious. The commentary even reached the highest levels of the tech world, with Elon Musk weighing in on X by reacting to a post about the incident with a laughing emoji. A fake post, designed to look like it was from Coldplay's official account, announced, "Starting with our next show, we're introducing camera-free audience sections for people and their side pieces." Another was a satirical apology letter from Byron that said, "I am a Coldplay fan, and not just of the first two albums, I also like their recent stuff." The company actually had to release a statement confirming these were fake because the situation was spinning out of control. Someone perfectly nicknamed the whole mess a scandival for people who can't attach a PDF to an email, which is just savage. And the fan reaction makes perfect sense. The schadenfreude is off the charts for a reason. This isn't just about two people getting caught. It's about the staggering hypocrisy. Corporate leaders constantly preach about following rules and upholding company values. But the second the camera turns on them, we see a panicked scramble that seems to confirm everyone's worst suspicions about people in power. The internet's reaction wasn't just mob justice. It was a collective eye roll from anyone who has ever sat through a mandatory HR training seminar. Beyond the memes and the jokes, this is a catastrophic failure of leadership and corporate governance. The alleged affair is the messy personal part, but the real story, the one with serious consequences, is the mind-blowing conflict of interest. The CEO is the most powerful person in a company. The head of HR is supposed to be the employee's last line of defense. That's the person you're told to trust with complaints about harassment, misconduct, or even sensitive issues involving the CEO. So what happens now at Astronomer? How can any employee, especially a woman, feel safe reporting misconduct to an HR department whose leader appears to be compromised by a relationship with the CEO? They can't. That trust is shattered. This creates a chilling effect where employees will be terrified to speak up, fearing their complaints will be buried or that they'll face retaliation. The perception of impartiality is gone, and that is a cancer for any company culture. The irony is just staggering. When Kristin Cabot was hired, CEO Andy Byron praised her passion for fostering diverse, collaborative workplaces. Her own LinkedIn profile boasted that she could win trust with employees of all levels. from CEOs to managers to assistants. Those words are haunting now. The very person hired to be the guardian of the company's integrity is now at the center of a scandal that demolishes that entire mission. The fallout from this 15-second clip was swift and brutal. The first casualty was personal. Reports quickly spread that Byron's wife, Megan Kerrigan Byron, dropped Byron from her social media profiles before deleting her accounts entirely. That's a silent but deafening statement. Professionally, Astronomer is in full-blown crisis mode. They've shut down comments on their social media. Byron's LinkedIn profile has been taken down. This is the digital equivalent of boarding up the windows during a hurricane. But this entire mess forces a bigger, more uncomfortable conversation. Where is the line between public accountability and a digital witch hunt? On one hand, a CEO and a head of HR have a duty to their employees that extends beyond the 9 to 5. Their actions directly impact the people they lead, and there's a legitimate public interest in that. On the other hand, the speed and glee with which these two were tried and convicted online is terrifying. People were placing bets on online markets about whether Byron would be fired. It's a grim reminder of how quickly our culture can turn real human crises into disposable entertainment. The Coldplay Kiss Cam incident may have started as a silly viral moment, but it's become a serious case study on power, ethics, and reputation in the digital age. The official response has been a masterclass in confusion. In the chaos, a fake apology from Byron went viral. Then, another real-sounding statement circulated where he allegedly called the incident a deeply personal mistake, but a company spokesperson reportedly told TMZ that statement was also fake. This vacuum of information has been filled with nothing but public condemnation. How Astronomer's board handles this will be a massive test, especially for a tech industry already battling a reputation for a toxic bro culture. This scandal has forced a conversation that companies desperately try to avoid about the invisible lines of power and trust in the workplace. What do you think is the biggest issue here? The potential affair? The power imbalance? Or the public shaming that followed? Let me know in the comment. And if you appreciate deep dives into stories just like this, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching.